Hello students, welcome to the online class of chemistry. In this session, we'll continue with the chapter Elements, Compounds and Mixtures. In the previous session, we have studied about elements, its characteristics, symbols of elements, molecules of an element. Now in this session, we'll study about classification of elements and then we'll study about the compounds. So let's start. Elements are classified as metals or non-metals based on their properties. So elements such as iron, copper, gold, silver, they are the metals, and sodium, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, chlorine, sulfur, they all are non-metals. Now we'll study the properties of metals and non-metals. So all metals are solid at room temperature except mercury. All the metals, iron, gold, silver, copper, they all are in solid state. But the non-metals, they may be in the solid state, they may be in the liquid state, or they may be in the gaseous state. The second property is metals are lustrous and sonorous. Lustrous means they have shiny surface. Like gold, silver, copper, aluminium, all the metals have shiny surface. This means they are lustrous. And on beating, they produce a ringing sound. So this property is known as sonorous. So they are lustrous and sonorous. But the non-metals are non-lustrous and non-sonorous. Metals are malleable and ductile. Malleable means on beaten, they can be beaten into sheets. On beating, we can make the sheets of metals, and ductile means they can be drawn into wires. You have seen all the electricity wires are made up of metals only. But non-metals are non-malleable and non-ductile. Next point is metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Good conductors of heat means they can be heated easily. That is why all the cooking utensils are made up of metals. And they are good conductors of electricity means we can pass the electricity easily through them. That is why all the electric wires are made up of metals. But non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Metals have high melting and boiling point, and non-metals have low melting and boiling points. Example of metals are iron, copper, gold, silver, aluminium. They all are metals. And examples of non-metals are sodium, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. They all are non-metals. Now next is compound and their characteristics. Compounds are pure substances that are formed when atoms of two or more elements are combined chemically in a fixed ratio. So when any of the two elements combine together in a fixed ratio and form compound. Like example, water. In water, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen combine and they form the molecule of water. In nitrogen dioxide, this is 1 atom of nitrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen. So these 2 elements, they combine and they form nitrogen dioxide. In nitrogen dioxide, 2 elements are there. So this is a compound. Carbon dioxide. 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen. So this is the fixed ratio. Always in carbon dioxide, 1 atom of carbon is there and 2 atoms of oxygen is there. So these 2 elements combine in a fixed ratio and they form carbon dioxide. All these 3 substances are compounds because in these substances two elements are there and they are combined in a fixed ratio. The properties of a compound are different from the properties of the elements. Like in case of water, the properties of water is different from the property of hydrogen and oxygen. They both have different properties. And we cannot separate the elements of a compound easily or by physical means, like by boiling, by filtration, or by distillation. We cannot separate the elements. We cannot separate nitrogen and oxygen by boiling or by filtration. We can separate the elements of a compound by chemical methods. By using the chemical methods, we can separate these elements, nitrogen and oxygen. Like in case of water, water can be separated into hydrogen and oxygen by passing electric current through it. So by chemical means, we can separate the constituents of a compound. Now the next topic is molecule of a compound. A molecule of a compound is made up of two or more atoms of different elements that are combined chemically in a fixed ratio. The atomicity of a compound is the total number of atoms of different elements. Like molecule of a compound, H2O is the molecule of water. In case of H2O, 2 atoms of hydrogen is there and 1 atom of oxygen is there. So 2 plus 1, 3. Atomicity of water is 3. Molecule of ammonia, NH3. So in ammonia there is 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. So 1 plus 3, 4. Atomicity of ammonia will be 4. This is the molecule of methane. In case of methane, 1 atom of carbon, C, and 4 atoms of hydrogen, H4. So in this case, 1 plus 4, 5. Atomicity of methane will be 5. So this is the molecules of a compound and their atomicity. Next is chemical formula of a compound. The molecule of a compound is represented by a chemical formula. Like elements are represented by the symbols, so molecule of a compound is represented by chemical formula. The elements present in a compound are represented by their symbols, and the number of atoms of each element present in the molecule of a compound is represented by a numeral as a subscript. Example, in case of water, as we know, water have 2 elements, hydrogen and oxygen. So we use the symbols for hydrogen and oxygen, H and O, and this 2 number represents the atom of hydrogen, H2O. This is the chemical formula for water, and this represents it contains 2 elements, hydrogen and oxygen. And this 2 represents H2, 2 atoms of hydrogen. Common salt or sodium chloride. The chemical formula is NaCl. Na is the symbol of sodium and Cl is the symbol of chlorine. So NaCl, the chemical formula of sodium chloride, tells us that it contains 2 elements, sodium and chlorine, and 1 atom of sodium and 1 atom of chlorine. Marble or calcium carbonate. So formula for calcium carbonate is CaCO3. It contains 1 atom of calcium, 1 atom of carbon and 3 atoms of oxygen. So chemical formula is represented by the symbols of the elements, and this numbers in subscript represent the number of atoms present in the molecule of a compound. So I think you have understood all the topics well. I request you to watch this video again and again. So if any confusion is there, you can understood it very well. In the next video, we'll continue with the chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.